When you're seeking validation, you stop being able to observe people because you're so focused on your own pain and on your own needs that your attention is not outward. You're not really listening to people. And so people will feel like you're not listening. They will resent you for not listening to them. And you'll end up
like a boss.
So first things first, eliminate politics from your life. If you just eliminate politics and eliminate the news, I don't care, right wing, left wing, middle wing, chicken wing. If you eliminate them, you're going to be so much happier. Because the news is meant to control your emotions. The news is meant to divide you, to make you think in black and white thinking and create unnecessary enemies out of the people in your life. Eliminate politics, people. I don't know what the stats, but people who look at politics, political news, and just news in general all the time, in my opinion, I don't think they're less happy. So just eliminate them and focus on things that you can control. You can't, and I'm not saying not to be involved in politics. I'm just saying that from my experience and from a lot of studies, politics doesn't just divides. Politics creates enemies out of friends, right? And politics creates friends out of enemies. So that's one thing. Eliminate politics from your life, and you'll be so much more happier. Now, the next one is eliminate people who are dramatic. I'm not telling you to kill them. I'm telling you to just eliminate them from your life. People who are toxic, people who are jealous, envious, people who you're always arguing with, people who you're always complaining about, people who, when you're around them, they don't bring happiness, they bring stress. Sometimes some relationships gotta end, people. Friends and partners, they have to end. And toxic relationships with toxic people, sometimes they're not toxic. Sometimes you just cannot have them in your life. It's just that simple. It's not that they're toxic. It's just that they're not good for you. It's not that they're toxic. It's just that both of you guys have overstayed your welcome. Sometimes you have to read the room. You guys don't have the same connection anymore. It will turn toxic and it will turn bitter. So toxic people are not just toxic people. They're not toxic. They're just not meant to be in your life, right? To some people, I'm toxic. To some people, I'm not, right? The difference is some people just have overstayed their welcome. It's plain and simple. And also people who gossip a lot, people who talk bad about other people, people who are jealous, materialistic, hedonistic. Those types of people will always cause you to gain more trouble in your life, more than good. The next one is staying friends with your ex. Look, listen to me, people. There is no reason for you to stay friends with your ex. Stop it. Cut it out, okay? You're not mature. Stop trying to be friends with your ex. And stop trying to convince me that it's because you're mature. I don't give a fuck about that kind of stuff, okay? They're your ex for a reason. If you stay friends with your ex, it makes it harder to let go of the past. It'll also be harder for your future partners to accept that. People don't like people who are friends with their ex. I don't know what the hell this world is coming to, where people think that it's okay to do that. Like, what? Anyways, next one is overthinking. When you think too much. Overthinking is the source of a lot of people's misery. If you just learn how to not think and shut your brain down, you will learn a big piece of what makes people actually happy. So how do you stop overthinking? It's very simple. Observe your mind. Let me show you, right? I want you to ask yourself, I wonder what my next thought is going to be. And when you do that, observe what the next thought is going to be. Like a cat waiting for looking at the mouse hole and waiting for the mouse to come out. I want you to wait for the next thought. Just ask yourself, I wonder what my next thought is going to be, and watch what happens. Let's do it right now. Go ahead. I'm going to do that too. What you notice, if you did it, is that by you waiting for the next thought, you were in a state of presence, in a state of no mind. This is what meditation offers to you. The real reason why a lot of people are unhappy, it's not because they're just unhappy, but it's because they're always chasing for happiness. And the way that you chase for happiness is through your thoughts. Through practicing meditation, you stop trying to be happy. You stop trying to seek happiness, and you find comfort in the present moment. And meditation allows your mind, your thinking mind, to lower its thoughts and just allow you to observe life. This will bring you so much happiness you have no idea. I don't want to go too deeper into this subject because it's very profound, but develop a meditation practice. Purchase the book The Power of Now by Eckhart Tolle, or go to a 10-day silent meditation retreat. If you go to the ones by dharma.org, they're actually free, right? But doing a 10-day meditation retreat will show you this concept in its fullest form, all right? Stop overthinking. The next one, social media. Social media has been linked to higher divorce rates, to higher cases of body dysmorphia, gender dysmorphia, and low self-esteem, and political division. Eliminate social media from your life, people, and your life would just be happier. I have social media because it's part of my job, which kind of sucks. But generally speaking, people who don't have social media are rare. They're like unicorns. They're unique, and you want to hold on to them. Just eliminate social media, and you'll notice your life will just be so much more happier. The next one is egoic goals. Goals that are meant to impress people. Goals that are meant to satisfy your ego. Those things will never make you happy, and you're wasting your time. And unfortunately, the more unhappy you are, the more your goals are egoic. And how do you fix that? Well, you've got to fix the unhappiness part. And the best way to do that is to develop a meditation practice. If you develop a meditation practice, you'll notice your goals change. You will want things that are good for you. The more unhappy you are, your goals will stop being goals based on what you think is right, based on what you think will provide happiness to you and your family. But when you're doing it from a place of unhappiness, it's like buying food when you're hungry. You're going to pick the wrong food. By bringing happiness into your life through developing a meditation practice, you'll calibrate your mind to have a better sense of what kind of goals are best for you. And those types of goals that are bad for you usually are because other people are following that goal. They're following money. They're following love. The goal should be to follow learning, to give to people, to want to help people. And unfortunately, if you're in a state of mind of wanting happiness and just trying to fulfill your needs, you get into this selfish mindset where it's all about you. And you could potentially inadvertently hurt people in the process if you're trying to achieve your goal. That's why a lot of companies that are capitalistic usually start off looking great and awesome, but as they grow, they start getting corrupted because their goals change. The next one is stop seeking external validation. By external validation are things that you do to make people happy and to make people like you. That used to be me. I used to be someone who always wanted to be liked. And because of that, I pushed people away. For example, I was so hungry to be liked that I couldn't tell when people didn't like me. When you're seeking validation from people, you stop being able to read people. When you're seeking validation, you stop being able to observe people because you're so focused on your own pain and on your own needs that your attention is not outward. You're not really listening to people. And so people will feel like you're not listening. They will resent you for not listening to them. And you'll end up pushing people away because you're seeking validation. Seeking validation will always internalize your attention, will always make you self-absorbed, will always make you seem selfish. And even if you give, you're going to feel like you've been played because you really did it to get something in return. And you'll resent people even harder. Seeking validation is why you have a lot of people who turn bitter towards the world because they never got in return. People don't like to give people when they really want something. They don't like that. They'd rather give it to someone who doesn't like it that much because that's how human nature is. People would rather give something valuable to someone who's acting like they don't want it more than to someone who really wants it. Because why do you want it so badly? You know what I'm saying? This is a long topic. I even have a video on my channel on how to stop seeking validation, but that's partly one of them. The next one is stop gossiping people. Because when you gossip, people will know that since you gossip about somebody else, you're going to gossip about them. People who gossip are not to be trusted. I'm just letting you know. People who gossip are not to be trusted people. The next one is 10 is having unrealistic expectations. And this usually applies to relationships where you meet someone and because you have chemistry for one night, you start imagining being with them for the rest of your life. Unrealistic expectation is you think that you do something, you're going to have instant goals, instant success. But also unrealistic expectation is imagining you can never be successful. That's not realistic. You got to be realistic. And one of the ways that you can learn to be more realistic is to, one, control your imagination. If you expect 100% success, simmer it down. Because a lot of your expectations just comes down to what you are imagining in your brain. For example, you meet someone and you have great chemistry with them. Then in your mind, you're going to start saying, oh my God, I have such great chemistry with them. I can easily imagine being with them. I can easily imagine marrying them. And so this image, this fantasy that you have in your brain is going to cause you to start imagining things out of proportion. And that's going to make you invest. And that's going to make you not want to let go of them. But the problem is that this image in your mind is not based on reality. And a lot of the times you're wrong. And a lot of times that's going to make you unhappy because happiness is based on happiness is a function of expectation. And if you have unrealistic expectations, you're going to be really unhappy. So control your imagination. If you're somebody that's way too hopeful, don't allow yourself to imagine this fuzzy happy ending. Imagine that it's not going to work out. Just to be on the more realistic side. Or imagine what could go wrong. If you're somebody that's super negative, then as an exercise, imagine that is actually going to work out. Because at the end of the day, you got to find that middle path. So if you're too negative, practice positivity. If you're too positive, practice negativity. It'll always bring you to that middle state. And the next one is stop trying to be happy. Stop trying to be happy. Try this right now. Because you'll notice a lot of your unhappiness comes from your desire to be happy. For one moment, right now, stop trying to be happy. Right now, notice how you're feeling and stop trying to change how you feel. Stop trying to feel better for just 10 seconds. Give it a try. Stop trying to feel better for 10 seconds. Now. Just feel what you feel and don't try to feel any better. Just breathe. What you notice, there's a complete relaxation when you stop trying to feel better. And that's why a lot of people are unhappy, because they're putting so much energy to trying to be happy that it's like a computer that's heating up because of too much energy. It'll heat up your mind in a negative way. It'll agitate it. Stop trying to be happy. And you'll notice that a lot of your decision making that usually leads to self-destruction comes from this state of mind, resistance. And the last one, which is a bonus, is stop smiling so much. And this only applies to people that are considered nice people. Stop smiling so much. All right? It communicates weakness. It's just that simple. If you're going to smile, don't smile like a fucking psycho. Smile halfway. Like a subtle smile, like observing somebody that you love without too much expression. Just a subtle smile, like a Leonardo da Vinci smile. Go look at Leonardo da Vinci paintings and look at the smiles that they have. They have a halfway smile. And these are the 10 things that you should quietly eliminate from your life. Politics, people who are toxic, your exes, overthinking, social media, egoic goals, external validation, gossip, trying to be happy, unrealistic expectation, and as a bonus, smiling. All right? Anyways, I hope this video made sense to you guys. If anybody wants to work with me one-on-one, go to mindfulattraction.org. We're having 50% off all of our courses using the coupon code BLACK, coupon code Friday, or coupon code HOLIDAY with no S. And that also applies to my one-on-one coaching sessions. You get 20% off working with me. And that ends at the end of December. Okay? Anyways, I'll see you guys later and take care.